In this video, we will solve O-Level Math, paper 1-2 for May-June 2021. So let's start with question number 1. Part A is write 0.45 as a fraction in its lowest terms. So we can write this decimal as a fraction by, if I move this decimal 2 places to the right, it will become 45 and divide by 100. And since we have to write it in its lowest term, I can divide by 5. 5 times 9 is 45. 5 times 2 is 10, and then the 0. So in its lowest term, this will be 9 over 20. Part B is write these fractions in order of size, starting with the smallest. So since the denominator values are different, we cannot compare them straight away. But we can see we can easily make all the denominators 20, and then we can do the comparison. So if I multiply this by 4 in the numerator and the denominator, this becomes 16 over 20. To make this 20, I have to multiply it by 2. Then I have to multiply it by 2 in the numerator as well. So this becomes 14 over 20, and this I can write it as 17 over 20. Now since the denominators are same, I can compare the numerators. This is the smallest numerator 14, and the corresponding fraction is 7 over 10. So 7 over 10 is the smallest value. Next one is 16 over 20, which is 4 over 5, and then 17 over 20 is the largest. Question number 2, complete the description of the symmetry for each shape. So first you have to find the lines of symmetry. So if I look at this diagram, I can draw this line of symmetry through this point here, and this is a mirror image. So each half is a mirror image of the other. So I have this half triangle on this side, then this half on this side, this full black triangle here, and full black triangle here, and the white ones here. So this is a correct line of symmetry for this shape. And then similarly, I can also cut through this half of white and half of black, and then I have two full black triangles across this line of symmetry. So this is the second line. And similarly for the third line, I can cut it through like this. Again, I have half white here, this full black across this line, and this full black on the other side, and then this triangle again is cut into half, half black on this side, half on this side. So this is also a valid line of symmetry. So each line of symmetry either cuts through half black or half white. So basically each line of symmetry cuts through half of the black triangle and half of the white triangle, and then leaves full triangles or black triangles on either side. So there are three lines of symmetry for this shape. And then to compute the rotational symmetry order, so let me just erase these lines. What you have to do is you have to rotate this shape full 360 degrees. So let me bring this in here. So this is the same shape here. I've just rotated it a little bit. So in the question, it is given something like this, right? So to make my life easier, I've just rotated it a little bit like this. So this would be my starting point instead of this. So this is easier because I know that there are two black triangles and then one on the bottom. Now I have to rotate and see how many times do I get the same exact shape during full 360-degree rotation. So the shape in which I have two black triangles on the top and one in the bottom in the center. So if I start rotating like this and I stop here, now again I have two black on the top and one in the middle here. So one, and then I keep rotating. I have to keep rotating until full 360 degrees. And if I stop here, again I have two black on the top and one in the middle at the bottom. So two, and then the next time it becomes the same shape is at 360 degree. So during full 360-degree rotation, there were three times when I had the exact shape, same shape which I started with. So that means that rotational symmetry is of order 3. Now if you look at this shape, again we have to find how many lines of symmetry does it have. So this is a square, so usually this overall bigger diagram, usually the square has this line of symmetry through the middle, and it also has this line of symmetry which is the diagonal, and then this line of symmetry as well. But if you look at the shaded region, so let's start with this first line of symmetry that we are trying to see if it is actually a line of symmetry for this shape or not. You have a black triangle here, but black and white mixed on the other side. So that means this one is not a line of symmetry. So let's look at this. You have this black here, and then you have this black on the other side. So this has a mirror image here, but this black triangle does not have any mirror image on this side of this line of symmetry. So this cannot be a line of symmetry as well. Again, this cannot be a line of symmetry because this is black, this is white. Similarly, if I try to check all the other line of symmetry that this bigger overall square has, they won't be valid with this shading that we have. So if we look at this, you have this black, this black, this black, this black. But if you look at this black on this side, the mirror image should be black on this side, something like this. So this, if I mirror it across this line of symmetry, it will come over here. And if I mirror this, it will come over here, this. So since these are not shaded black, that means this is also not a valid line of symmetry. Similarly, you can check all the other possible line of symmetries for this overall square and see if they are valid with this shaded regions that are given. So there are no lines of symmetry, so 0. And then you have to again rotate it 360 degrees to check what is the rotational symmetry order. So now again, if I try to rotate this shape, I have black here on the top and the left bottom. So if I start to rotate, I keep rotating. So at 180 degree of rotation, I have the same shape as the original diagram. Right top, bottom left, and this triangle here, this triangle here, and this triangle here are shaded. So 1. So again, I keep rotating, and at full 360 degree, I get the same exact shape again. So during the full 360 degree rotation, there were 2 occasions when I had the same shape that I started with. So the rotational symmetry of order here will be 2. Question number 3. A group of 60 students were each asked their favorite fruit. The results are shown in the table below. So 20 students said their favorite fruit was apple, 25 said banana, and 15 said orange. Complete the pie chart to show the results. So apple is already marked. So let's start with oranges then. So you're given there are total of 60 students. So if you take the ratio students to, you can say, degrees angle in the pie chart. So there are 60 students, which means 360 degree, which is the full pie chart. And then you have to compute the angle for 15 students. So for one student, it will be 360 divided by 60. And then for 15 students, the angle will be 15 into 360 over 60. So this will be 0 and 0 cancel out, and 6 times 6 is 36, which is 15 into 6, which is 90 degree. So I can draw my line at an angle of 90 degrees. So let me place my protractor here and then mark the 90 degree angle here. So now I can join them through a straight line. So this angle here is 90 degree, and this part of the pie chart represent orange. And then since you're already drawn the apple here, orange you have drawn, the remaining portion is for bananas, which is this one. And if you want, you can double check as well. So 15, so now for 25 bananas, or so sorry, for 25 students, the angle will be 25 times 360 over 60. So again, 625 times 6 will be 6 5s are 30, and then 150. So this angle here will be 150, and we can double check that as well. So let me place my 0 here. So this is 150 degree here. So that's how you will complete this pie chart. Question number 4, part A is write this number correct to the nearest million. So if you look at this number, you have units, tens, hundred, thousand, 10,000, 100,000, and million. So this is the millionth place, and this is the 10th million place. If I write it as in terms of million, this will be 64.785491 million. So now if I have to round it up to the nearest million, since this is 7 here, so this will 4 will be rounded up to 65, which is 65 million, or which is equals to 65 and then 000 000. So this will be your answer that you will write: 65 million 00 and 000. By writing each number correct to one significant figure, estimate the value of this. So this is the first significant number figure, and then the next value is 7, so this will be rounded up to 7, and then the rest will be 0. 70 plus this is the first significant figure, next value is 9, so this will also be rounded up to 5, and the rest will become 0, so 50. The first significant figure is this one. This 0 won't be counted because when you go from left to right in this direction, first non-zero value is your first significant figure. The next value is 8, so this will be rounded up to 2, 0.2, and the rest will be 0, and then this will be square. 70 plus 50 is 120. 0.2 square will be 0.04, and then I can multiply by 100 in the numerator and the denominator to get rid of this decimal. So 120 divided by 4, so this will be two zeros here. 4 ones are 4, 4 threes are 12, and then 30. So their answer will be 3000. Question number 5, part A. Umar and Jamil share $540 in the ratio 7:2. Work out Umar's share. So Umar's share is this, and then Jamil's share is this, and total there are 9 parts that they have divided. 7 parts are given to Umar, and 2 parts are given to Jamil. So 9 parts equals $540. So that means one part will be 540 divided by 9, and then 7 parts will be 7 into 540 over 9. So 9 ones are 9, 9 6 are 54, 0, 7 6 are 40, $420. You can directly calculate it from ratios as well. So 9 ratio 540, and then you have 7 ratio x, and then cross multiply since these ratios are directly proportional, which means if you have more parts, then you will get the greater share of this $540. So this will also give you the same answer. If I cross multiply, I get 9x equals to 540 multiplied by 7, and x equals to 540 multiplied by 7 divided by 9, which gives you again 420. Increase 40 in the ratio 5:8. So that means 40 is increased to some number, let's call it x, and this should give us the same ratio as this 5:8. So 5 was increased to 8, and the ratio you get is 5:8, and 40 is increased to some unknown number x, and this should give us the same ratio as 5:8. So now we can convert this into a fraction. 40 over x equals to 5 over 8, and calculate the value of x. So if I cross multiply, I get 5x equals to 40 multiplied by 8. X will be 40 multiplied by 8 divided by 5. So this is 64. Question number 6 is the base of a cuboid is a square with side length 4 centimeter. The volume of the cuboid is 48 centimeter cubes. So that means the base is a square, which is 4 by 4. And what is the height? Let's call it h. And the volume is 48. So volume is uh, length into width into height. So we can calculate the height from here. 48 divided by 16, which is 3. So the height of this cuboid is 3 centimeter. On the grid, complete the accurate drawing of the net of the cuboid. The base has been drawn for you. So if I draw this cuboid here, the base is a square which is 4 by 4 and the height is 3. So now I have to draw the net of this cuboid. So let me open up the sides and see what type of net do I get. So if I open the top here, I will have, let's open the lid. I will have the lid like this. And then I can open up all the sides of this cuboid. So when I open these up, this will come down here. This side here will be something like this. And then I also have this top lid attached to it, which will be like this. And then if I open this front up, it will come down in this direction. This left side will go like this, and the back side will open towards the back. So now we can draw the net here. I know that the base is 4 by 4. So we are given here the base is 4 by 4. Now when I open this cuboid, I get 4 sides on each side of this base. What are the dimensions of these sides? Since the height is 3, so all of these here will be 3. This side will be 4 and the other side will be 3. So these are the walls that of this cuboid that I have flattened here. So one side is 3, the other side is 4. So this side attached to the base is 4. So the other side will be 3 here. So this will be 3 units, 3 centimeter, and the other side is 4. And the same is true for all the other walls of or the side walls of this cuboid. So on the top, I will have another side here, which is 3, and then the other length is 4 here. And then I'll just repeat it on all 4 sides of the base. And then I also have this top. So I opened it this way because I have more space on this right side. So the top is, what are the dimensions of the top? The dimensions of the top is the same as the base, 4 by 4, because when you have a cuboid like this, the top here and the bottom here have the same dimension. So this is a 4 by 4 square, which is the top of this or the lid of this cuboid. So attached to this side is the 4 by 4 top of the cuboid, which is now flattened like this here. So this is how you will complete the net of the cuboid given to you. Question number 7 is a bag contains colored counters. A counter is taken from the bag at random. The table shows the probabilities of taking a counter of each color. So you have colors in the first row and the probability of taking out each color in the second row here. Complete the table. So the missing probability is for the color blue. And we know that the sum of all probabilities should be equal to 1. So this will be 0.15 plus 0.3 plus, let's call this probability for blue, plus 0.42 should equal 1. So let's add all of these: 0.15, 0.30, and 0.42. So 5 plus 2, 7, 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 4, 8. So this is 0.87 plus 0.87 should equal 1. And then probability of blue would be 1 minus 0.87, which is 0.13. So your answer here will be 0.13. Question number 8 is work out this fraction, this subtraction of two fractions, and you have to give your answer as a fraction as well. So first I'll convert these into improper fractions. So 5 times 3, 15, plus 2, 17 over 5, minus 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3, 7 over 4. Now I'll take the LCM. Since 5 and 4 do not have any common factors, the LCM will be simply 5 times 4, which is 20. Since this was multiplied by 4 in the denominator, I'll multiply 17 by 4 as well in the numerator. So 7 fours are 28, 2 carry, 4 ones are 4, 68. 68 minus 7 times 5 will be 35. So 8 minus 5 is 3, 6 minus 3 is 3. So it's 33 over 20. And we can convert this into this form. So this will be, so 33 divided by 20. 20 times 1 is 20. And then the remainder is 13. So this is 1 whole 13 over 20, which will be your final answer. 13 over 20. The next question is, the sketch shows the positions of three villages A, B, and C. A is due east of B. Part A is use a ruler and compass only to complete the scale drawing of triangle ABC. Use a scale of 1 centimeter to represent 1 kilometer. So they've already drawn one line which is between villages A and B. And since we are using a scale of 1 centimeter to 1 kilometer, that means that this 9 kilometer will be represented by this line, which should be 9 centimeters long. So if you look at the length here, this is 9 centimeters. Now we have to find the position of C. So we can use our compass. So we know that the distance between B and C is 8 kilometer. So I'll use my compass here and open it till 8 centimeter. And then I'll draw an arc which will represent all points that are 8 centimeter from this point B. So since it is below AB, I'll draw the arc below the line AB. So something like this. And then we know that the distance between A and C is 5 kilometers. So now I'll readjust my compass to be 5 centimeters. So this is almost 5 centimeters. And then I'll place it at point A and draw another arc. So the intersection of these two arcs will give you the village C. So this point here is village C. And now I can join these points through a straight line from B to C like this. And then similarly from A to C as well. Like this. So this will give you your triangle A, B, and C, where length BC will be 8 centimeter, representing this distance of 8 kilometer. And then this line AC will be 5 centimeter long, representing this distance of 5 kilometers. Part B is measure the bearing of C from B. So you have to measure this angle, which represents the bearing of C from B. We already know that, oops, We already know that since A is due east of B, this angle here will be 90 degrees. So this angle here is 90 degree, and we only need to measure this angle here, and let's call this angle X. X plus 90 will give you the bearing of C from B. So let's measure this angle. Place my protractor here. This is 0. So this is almost 30, 31, 32, and 33 degree. So this angle here is 33 degree, and the bearing of C from B will be 90 plus 33. If I go back down here, this will be 90 plus 33, which is equal to 123 degrees. So the bearing of village C from village B is 123 degree. So this is 33. Question number 10, part A is write 270 as the product of its prime factors. So let's factorize 270. So this is an even number, so this is divisible by 2. 2 times 1, 2 threes are 6, 110, 135. So this is not divisible by 2. Let's see if this is divisible by 3. 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 1, 9. So 9 is divisible by 3, so this means this is also 3 fours are 12, 1 carry, 3 fives are 15, 5 plus 4, 9. Again, this is divisible by 3. 3 ones are 3, 1 15. 15 is also divisible by 3. 3 fives are 15, and then 5 times 1. So you have 2 multiplied by 3 power 3, because you have 3 times 3 here, and then multiplied by 5. So this will be 2 into 3 power 3 multiplied by 5. Part B is find the highest common factor of 270 and 225. 270 and 225. So let's factorize both of them together. This is divisible by 2. This is an even number, but this is not, since this is an odd number. 7 plus 2 is 9, so this is divisible by 3. 5 plus 2, 7 to 9. So both are divisible by 3. 3 times 9 is 27, and then 0 as it is. 6 threes are 18, 7 threes are 21, 1 15, and then 3 fives are 15. Again, both are divisible by 3. 3 threes are 9, 0, 3 twos are 6, 1 15, 5s are 15. Not divisible by 3 anymore. 25 is not. And then this is an odd number, so 4 is also not a common factor. Both are divisible by 5. 5 times 6 and 5 times 5. And then they have no more common factors. So 6 and 5 do not have any common factors. So our HCF will be 3 times 3 times 5. 3 threes are 9, 9 fives are 45. So your highest common factor will be 45. Question number 11 is solve the simultaneous equations and show your working. So I will use the elimination method to solve these simultaneous equation. I'll try to eliminate the variable x. So I have 5x here and 2x here. So I want to make the coefficient same so that I can subtract the two equations from each other and eliminate this variable x. So let's make this 10. So 5, I'll multiply this equation by 2. 5 times 2 is 10. And then I'll multiply this equation by 5. 2 times 5 is 10. So let's rewrite these equations. So first equation will become 5 times 2 will become 10x plus 2 times 2, 4y equals to 7 times 2 is 14. And then the second equation will become 10x minus 5 times 3 is 15y equals to 18 times 5. So let's quickly calculate this. 8 times 5 is 40, 4 carry, 5 under 4, 90. And then I'll subtract this second equation from the first one. So all the signs of the second equation will switch. This will become minus, this minus will become plus, this plus will become minus. So 10x minus 10x is 0, so these will cancel out. 15 plus 4 will be 19y. And 14 minus 90 will be minus 90 minus 14 is 80 and 76. And then y will be minus 76 divided by 19. So this will be a negative number. So let's do the division here. Um, so this is 6. 9 times 4 is 36. So let's multiply this by 4. 9 times 4 is 36. 3 carry. 4 ones are 4 and then 7. So this is 0. So this is actually minus 4. So now we can replace this minus 4 into any of these equations. So let's replace it here. So this will become 5x plus 2 times minus 4, which is y here, equals to 7. 5x equals to 4 times 2 minus, this will become minus 8, equals to 17. 5x equals to, this will become plus, 7 plus 8 is 15. And then x will be 15 divided by 5, which is 3. So your x is 3 and y is minus 4. Question number 12, part A is Lara goes for a cycle ride. The distance time graph shows her journey. So you have distance on the y-axis and time of the day on your x-axis. Calculate Lara's average speed in kilometers per hour for the whole journey. So your average speed will be total distance traveled divided by total time taken. So what's the total distance that Lara traveled? So you have distance on the y-axis, so it starts with 0 and ends here. So this is 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So your distance is 24 kilometers divided by time taken. So she started the journey at 10, ended the journey at 11:30. So 11:30 is the end time, start time is 10, and if you subtract, you get 30. So 1 hour and 30 minutes is the travel time. Since we want our answer in kilometers per hour, I'll convert this 1 hour 30 minutes into 1.5 hours. 30 divided by 60 is zero point 0.5, so this is 0.5 hour. 30 minutes is 0.5 hour plus 1 hour gives you 1.5 hours. So you have 1.5 hours here. So to make this division easy, I'll multiply by 10 both in the numerator and in the denominator. I want to eliminate this decimal, so this will become 240 divided by 15. So 240 divided by 15. 15 times 1 is 15. And then I'll lift with 9. Bring this 0 down, 90. 15 times, I think 6. Let's try 6. 6 fives are 30. 3 carry, 6 ones are 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 90. So the remainder is 0. So your answer is 16 kilometers per hour is Lara's average speed. Part B is a car travels at a constant speed of 10 meters per second for 80 seconds. It then decelerates at a constant rate of 0.5 meter per second square until it stops. On the grid, draw the speed time graph for this journey. So for the first 80 seconds, the car is traveling at a constant speed of 10 meter per second. So you have speed on y-axis and time on x-axis. So for the first 80 seconds, your speed is 10 meter per second. So you'll draw a straight horizontal line because it is a constant speed. So your car is traveling at a constant speed of 10 meters per second up till the first 80 seconds. So first 80 seconds, the car is traveling at 10 meters per second. It then decelerates at a constant rate of 0.5 meters per second square until it stops. So if the car is stopped, that means uh, your speed is 0. That means you'll end up on this x-axis somewhere where the speed is 0. It could be here, it could be here, it could be here, it could be any point. So you'll draw a straight line. So let's assume one point here. I'll take this point and I'll draw a straight line from this point till this point. So the deceleration is 0.5 meter per second square. Now I have taken this point, let's call this t. So let's call this distance t. So there are two methods to solve this. I'll explain both here. So let's take this as this duration t, and this will be 10. So you know that your deceleration is given by, if you have a speed time graph, is fall over run. Acceleration is rise over run, deceleration is fall over run. So your deceleration is 0.5. How much did you fall in this triangle? 10 is the fall, and run is, I've taken this amount as t. So now let's solve for t. T will be t into 0.5 equals to 10, and t will be 10 divided by 0.5, which is 20. So this duration t equals to 20. So if this is 80, 80 plus 20 is 100. So to complete this graph, let me redraw this line. So 80 plus 20 is 100. So my car starts to decelerate, and it will stop at total time 100 seconds. So it started decelerating at a constant rate. So your gradient is constant for this line. It started decelerating at 0.5 meter per second square until it stopped here. So using the deceleration, you calculated what will be this duration. This came out to be 20, and 80 plus 20 is 100, which gave you this point here. Now the second way to solve this is using the actual gradient of the line. So you can calculate the gradient. You know this point on this line is x value is 80, y value is 10. And the x value here, let's call it x because we don't know when we're solving. And the y value you know is 0 because the car has stopped and the speed is 0 and you're on the x-axis here. Now you have 2 points on this line and you know the gradient is 0.5. Now you can solve for gradient. So let's do that. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is the gradient. Let's call this m. So let's take this y2 10 minus 0 over x2 is 80 minus x equals to gradient, which is 0.5, but you'll add a negative sign here because this is deceleration, and we know that uh, deceleration is always a negative gradient. Now we can solve for x. So let's do that. 10 over 80 minus x equals to minus 0.5, and if I cross multiply, 10 equals to 80 times minus 0.5 will be minus 40. This minus will become plus 0.5x. If I take this 40 to the other side, I will get 0.5x equals to 40 plus 10, which is 50, and x will be 100. So here your value is 100 and 0. So this is your other point on the line where the x coordinate is 100 and the y coordinate is 0, and then you draw a straight line between these 2 points to complete your speed time graph for this journey. Question number 13, part A is write this number in standard form. So to convert this into standard form, I have to place this decimal between this 5 and 3. So that means I have to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to the right. 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 5 because we moved 5 places to the right, which decreases the power of 10. So you decrease it by 5, 10 minus 5. So this is 5.3 into 10 power minus 5. Part B is evaluate 1.5 into 10 power 14 multiplied by 8 into 10 power 6, giving your answer in standard form. So 1.5 into 10 power 14, let's open these brackets, multiply by 8 multiplied by 10 power 6. Now I can easily multiply these tens here because I simply have to add the power. So this will become 10 power 20, and then let's multiply 1.5 by 8. 8 times 5 is 40, 4 carry, 8 ones are 8, plus 4, 12, and then total 1 decimal place, so I'll move here 1 decimal place as well. So this is 12.0 into 10 power 20. Now to convert this into standard form, I need to move this decimal here. So this will become 1.2 into, since I moved this one place to the left, I'll increase the power of 10 by 1. So increasing it will become 10 power 21. So this is 1.2 into 10 power 21. Question number 14, part A. The length of a path is measured as 62 meter, correct to the nearest meter. So that means to the nearest 1 meter. Nearest meter means 1 meter. Write down the upper bound for the length of the path. So first we need to calculate the error value. So since this is to the nearest 1 meter, my error value will be 1 divided by 2, which is 0.5. So now to find the upper bound, I will simply add the error value to the measured value. So 62 is the measured value plus 0.5 will give you 62.5 meters. So this is the upper bound for the length of the path. Part B is the mass of a bag of peanuts is 80 gram, correct to the nearest 10 grams. Calculate the lower bound for the mass of 5 of these bags of peanuts. So first again we need to calculate the error in the measurement. Error will be again, so this is correct to the nearest 10 grams. So 10 divided by 2 is 5 grams is the error. So first we can calculate the lower bound for one bag of peanut. So one bag of peanut is 80 gram minus the error value. This gives you 75 gram is the lower bound mass for one bag of peanut. So for 5 bags, you'll simply multiply it by, so for 5 bags, again lower bound for 5 bags of peanuts. This will be 75 multiplied by 5. So 5 times 5 is 25, 2 carries, 7 times 5 is 35, 35 plus 2 is 37. So 375 gram is the lower bound mass for 5 bags of peanuts. Question number 15 is use a ruler and compass only this question. Part A is construct the locus of points inside quadrilateral PQRS that are 6 centimeter from S. So locus of points that are a fixed distance from another point is an arc. So I'll draw an arc with a radius of 6 centimeters. So I'll use my compass here and open it up till 6 centimeters. And then I'll place it on point S. And then since we only need the locus inside the quadrilateral, so I'll only draw the arc inside the quadrilateral PQRS like this. So this line represents the locus of points that are 6 centimeter from this point S. Part 2 is locus of points again that are equidistant from line QP and line QR. So for this you will need an angle bisector of the common point between the two lines, which is this point Q here. So the angle bisector of angle PQR will give you the locus of points that are equally distant from line QP and line QR. So to draw the angle bisector, I'll place my compass on this point Q, for which we are making the angle bisector, and then I'll draw an arc from one line to the other like this, from line QP to QR. And then I'll place my compass on this point where the arc is intersecting line QR and draw an arc here like this, and do the same thing, placing it on the intersection point of arc and the other line QP in this case, and draw another arc here like this. And then I will join this point Q I draw a line from this point Q which passes through the intersection of these two arcs that I've drawn. So let's draw a straight line here. Starts at Q and then passes through this intersection of two arcs. Again, we have to remain inside the quadrilateral PQRS. So this is the locus. This blue line is the locus of points that are equally distant from line QP and line QR. The next part is shade the region inside the quadrilateral PQRS containing the points that are more than 6 centimeter from S and closer to QR than to QP. So points that are more than 6 centimeter from S will all be outside this arc here, right? Because this arc is 6 centimeter from S. So any point further away will be more than 6 centimeter from S. And the other one is closer to QR than to QP. So closer to this line compared to this line QP. So we know that this blue line, all the points on this blue line have the same distance from this line QP and line QR. So any points on the right side of this blue line will be closer to line QR. So the common region is this one here. This region here is more than 6 centimeter away from S, and this region is also closer to QR compared to QP. So all the points in this region. So this will be your final shaded region. So any point, if you take any point in this region, it will be more than 6 centimeter away from S, and it will be closer to QR compared to QP. So this is your final shaded region. Question number 16, part A is y power k whole power minus 2 is equals to y power 5. You have to find the value of k. So I'll open the bracket on this left hand side. So that means I'll multiply this minus 2 with this inside power, which is k. So minus 2 times k will become y power minus 2k equals to y power 5. Now since the coefficient is same on both sides, the variable is y. So I can compare the powers directly. So this gives me minus 2k equals to 5 and k is equals to minus 5 over 2. So your value of k is minus 5 over 2. Part B is you have to simplify this expression. So again, I'll bring the power inside. So it will be multiplied by this power in the numerator, and 2x will get this power 3 as well. So if I bring this inside, x power 1 by 3 multiplied by this 3 over 2x whole power 3 in the denominator. So this 3 cancel out. So I'm left with x power 1, which I can write just as x. And if I bring this 3 inside, 2 power 3 is 8, and x power 3 will be x cube. So I can cancel this x out with this x cube, and this will become, I'll decrease this power by 1. So this will become power 2. So I will have 1 over 8x square. Question number 17. Uh, in a sale, the price of a coat is reduced by 25%. The sale price is $120. Calculate the price of the coat before the sale. So let price of coat before sale equals to X. So the cost is reduced by 25%. So let's calculate the discount, which is 25% of the original price before the sale, which was X. So this will become 25 over 100 multiplied by X, which is 0.25x. So the discount is 0.25x, and the final sale price is $120. So the original price X minus the discount, which is 0.25x, should give you the final sale price, which is $120. So now we can calculate the value of x. This will become 0.75x equals to 120. X will be equal to 120 divided by 0.75. Now to make this division easier, I'll remove this decimal. So that means I will multiply by 100 here. I have to do the same in the numerator. So this will add two zeros and divide by 75. So I can divide by 5. So 5 ones are 5, 225, 5 fives are 25, 5 twos are 10, 2 remainder 20, 5 fours are 20, and then the two zeros. Again, I can divide by 5, 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20, 4 remainder, this will become 40, 8s are 40, and then this 0 as it is. And then I can divide by 3, 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3, 1 remainder 18, 6 are 18, and 0. So $160 is the value of X, which is the price of the coat before the sale. So your answer is 160. Question number 18 is y is inversely proportional to the cube of x. So that means y is inversely proportional to cube of x. That means y is directly proportional to 1 over cube of x, which is x cube. So you can write this as y equals to some constant k over x cube. You're given x is 1 by 2 when y is 24. So let's find the value of k. Y is 24, k over 1 by 2 cube. So if I take this 1 by 2 cube to the other side, this will become 24 multiplied by 1 by 2 cube. So this is 24 multiplied by, if I bring this power inside, this will become 1 over 8. And this will give me the value k. 8 times 1, 8 times 3 is 24. So this is 3. So k is 3. So the formula of y in terms of x, which was y equals to k over x cube, will become, I'll substitute the value of k, 3 over x cube. So y equals to 3 over x cube. Find the value of y when x equals to 3. So now you know that y equals to k over x cube. So now we have to find the value of y. So replace x here, 1 by 3. In fact, k is now 3 and y is 3 over x cube. So 1 over 3, so 3 over x cube means 3 over 1 over 3 cube. So now I can write this as 3 divided by 1 by 3 cube. So if I open the bracket, I get 1, 3 power 3 is 27. Now if I change this to a multiplication sign, I get 3 into 27. I have to take the reciprocal here. So this will become 81. Y equals to 81. Question number 19 is, on Monday, 40 adults and 20 children visit a museum. On Tuesday, 30 adults, 35 children visit the museum. You're given the cost of adult ticket and cost of child ticket. The information can be represented by the matrix M and N. So your M is 40, 20. So this is the visitors on Monday. So this is adult and this is children. And this is Monday. And this one is Tuesday. Again, 30 adults and 35 children on Tuesday. And then this matrix, the first row is adult ticket. So ticket for adults. And the second row is ticket for children. So now we have to work out MN. M times N is 40, 20, 30, 35. Your matrix M. N is 2.50 and 2. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix. This is a 2 by 1. So this cancel out. So I will get a 2 by 1 matrix as a result of this multiplication between M and N. So let's do the multiplication. First row multiplied by first column. So 40 multiplied by 2.50 plus 20 multiplied by 2. Second row here will be second row multiplied by first column will give you the second row and first column of this matrix. So second row multiplied by first column, 30 multiplied by 2.50 plus 35 multiplied by 2. So 40 times 2.5 will be 40 times 2 is 80, and then zero point 0.5, 40 times 0.5 is 20. So 80 plus 20, 100. 40 times 2.5 is 100. 20 times 2 is 40. Divided by 30 times 2.5 will be 75. 60 plus 15, yeah. And then 35 times 2 is 70. So 100 plus 40 is 140. 75 plus 70 is 145. So your answer here will be 140 and 145. Part 2 is explain what the numbers in your answer to part A1 represent. So if you look at the multiplication that we did, so this is number of adults on Monday. You're multiplying them by the ticket price for adults plus number of children on who visited on Monday multiplied by the price for child ticket, and then you add them together. So adult number of adults multiplied by price for one adult ticket, number of children on Monday multiplied by the price of a child ticket. So the first row that you eventually get, which is this 140, first row is the total money for tickets sold on Monday. So this is the total money, total tickets sold for adults, the money earned from those, and total child tickets sold, the money earned from those on Monday. So remember, this first row is representing Monday. And the second row is again Tuesday, number of adults, number of children, and then you are again multiplying by the price of ticket for adult and the price of ticket for child. So second row, eventually that you get 145 here. Second row is the total money for tickets sold on Tuesday. So this is what your matrix M times N represent. The museum increases the cost of tickets by 10%. Complete matrix P to show the new ticket cost. So P represents the new ticket cost after the prices were increased by 10%. So if you go back up, this is your ticket cost matrix. So adult ticket is $2.50. So it increased by 10%. So let's take 10% of 2.50. So we're calculating for adults. So 10% of 2.50 is 10 divided by 100 into 2.50. So this will become 25. 2.5 times 10 is 25 divided by 100, which is 0.25. So new adult ticket price will be the original price, which was 2.50 plus the 10% increase, which is 0.25. So this will be 2.75. And then for children, you will do the same thing. 10% of the price for children is $2. So you have to calculate 10% of $2. 10 over 100 multiplied by 2. This is 20 over 100. So this is 0.20. So new child ticket price would be the original price, which was $2 plus the 10% increase, which is 0.20. So this is $2.20. So now you can write these two values. The first row is the ticket for adults, so which is 2.75, and the second row is the ticket price for children, which is 2.20. So this will be your new matrix P. Question number 20 is, here are the first four terms of a sequence. Find an expression for the nth term of the sequence. So now if you look at these fractions, which are the terms of this sequence, for the numerator, you see that you add 5 each time to get the next term. So every time you are adding 5. In the denominator, you don't see any number being added. So 16 to 25 is 9, and then 25 to 36 is 11, 36 to 49 is 13. But if you look at these numbers, these are all square numbers. So this is 4 square, this is 5 square, 6 square, 7 square, so on. So both the numerator and the denominator have a different pattern. So we'll find the nth term separately. First we'll do it for the numerators, and then we'll do it for the denominators. So let's look at the numerators first. So numerators, so you have term number and the value. So let's look at the first term. First term is 12, value is 12. Second term is 17, which is 12 plus 5. Third term is 22, which is 12 plus 5, 17 plus another 5. Fourth term is what? 27. So which is 12 plus 5 plus 5, which is 22, and then plus another 5. So now if you look at this pattern, you're adding 5 each time. So how many 5s are you adding? For the second term, you're adding 5 once. For the third term, you're adding 5 2 times. For the fourth term, you're adding 5 3 times. So I can also write these as 12 plus 5 times 1. This is equals to 12 plus 5 times 2. This is equals to 12 plus 5 times 3. So if you look at these numbers, the number of times the 5 is added, this number is always one less than the term number. So if you keep going to the nth term, what expression you will get? 12 plus 5 times n minus 1. Because this is the fourth term, the value here is 3, which is 4 minus 1. This is the third term, the value here is 2, so this is 3 minus 1. So for the nth term, you will have 12 plus 5 into n minus 1. So let's solve for this. If I open the bracket, I get 5n minus 5. So 5n, 12 minus 5 is 7. So for the numerator, the nth term is 5n plus 7. Now let's look at the denominator. I'll write it down here. Denominator. Again, I have the term number and the value. So the first term is 4 square. The second term is what? 5 square. Third term is what? 6 square. Fourth term is what? 7 square. Move these out of the way. So if you look at this, so now we have to find the relation between the term number and the value. So if you look at this, every time you're adding 3 to the term number and then taking the square. 1 plus 3 square, which is 4 square. 2 plus 3, 5 square. 3 plus 3, 6 square. 4 plus 3, 7 square. So then if I keep going for the nth term, what will I get? N plus 3 whole square. So 1 plus 3 square, this was 2 plus 3 square. This was 3 plus 3 square. This was 4 plus 3 square. So all of these values are your term number. So this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term. So this is nth term, n plus 3 square. So now I can write the overall expression for the nth term. My numerator is 5n plus 7 divided by my denominator is n plus 3 whole square. So this is how you'll find the nth term in this sequence. Question number 21, part A. Write x square plus 10x plus 6 in this form, x plus a whole square plus b. So this is a completing square method. So first you check your coefficient of x is already 1. So you don't need to divide this term with any number to make the coefficient 1 because this is already 1. Then you take the coefficient of x, which is 10. You divide it by 2 and then you take this whole square of that number. So this is 10 by 2, which is 5 square. So now you have to add and subtract these terms here. So x square plus 10x plus 5 square minus 5 square, which is 0. So it should not make any difference to the term. But since we are doing the completing square method, we are following this process. And then this plus 6. So now I can write this is actually x plus 5 whole square, which is x square plus 2 times 5 times x plus 5 square. So 5 times 2 is 10x. So this is actually x plus 5 whole square. So I can write these three terms in this whole term as x plus 5 whole square. And then I'm left with minus 5 square plus 6. So x plus 5 whole square equal, and then minus 25 plus 6. X plus 5 whole square minus 25 plus 6 is minus 19. So now you have this in terms of this given form that you had to find. So x plus 5 whole square minus 19. So your value of a is 5, positive 5, and your value of b here is minus 19. So I can write this x plus 5 whole square minus 19. Part B is use your answer to part A to solve for this expression x square plus 10x plus 6 equals to 0. Give your answer in this form. So now I can write this as this that we found out in part A. So this is x plus 5 whole square minus 19. So I've replaced this x square plus 10x plus 6 with this term, and this is equals to 0. Now we will solve for x. I'll take 19 to the other side. So I'll have x plus 5 whole square equals to 19. Then I have x plus 5. I'll take the square to the other side. I'll get plus minus square root of 19. And then x will be minus 5 plus minus square root of 19. So this is in this form already. So your answer is minus 5 plus minus square root of 19. Question 22 is expressed as a single fraction in its simplest form. So you'll take the LCM by simply multiplying the two denominators. Since x minus 7 is multiplied by x plus 5, in the numerator it will be also multiplied by x plus 5, plus this 2 will be multiplied by x minus 7. So now let's simplify. I'll open this bracket. I'll get 3x plus 15 plus 2x minus 14 over x minus 7 into x plus 5. So this is 3x plus 2x is 5x. 15 minus 14 is plus 1 over x minus 7 into x plus 5. So your answer will be 5x plus 1 over x minus 7 into x plus 5. So your question number 23 is triangle A and triangle B are drawn on the grid. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. So you're going from this object to this image. So let me mark the vertices of triangle A as P, Q, and R. And then the corresponding images. So P will be this point here in triangle B. So let's call it P prime, which is the image. Q will be this one, Q prime, and R prime will be this one. So this is how this triangle A is mapped onto this triangle B. So now we have to find the transformation. So if you look at the size of this triangle, it remains the same. So it doesn't look like there's any enlargement. The orientation of the triangle is also same. It looks like a rotation. If you rotate this in this direction, so you'll get this, this, and then eventually this. So I'm rotating it like this. So you'll get this triangle B. So it looks like a rotation. So now we have to find the center of rotation, the degrees rotated, and center of rotation, degrees rotated, and whether it was clockwise or anti-clockwise rotation. So to find the center of rotation, what I'll do, how do you find the center of rotation? I'll connect the two vertices with their corresponding images. So let's connect P with P prime. So if I join them with a straight line like this, and then I have to find the line bisector. So line bisector, since this is a vertical line, it's really easy to find the perpendicular line bisector for this line P prime. So this length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the halfway point is at 3. So the perpendicular line bisector for line P and P prime is this. Oops. Let's try to draw it again. So this is passing through -1. So this is my line bisector for P and P prime. And then let's take Q and Q prime. So the intersection of the two bisectors will give me the center of rotation. So this is, I'm joining Q and Q prime here. Now to find the line bisector, let's use a compass this time because this is not as straightforward as P and P prime. So to find the perpendicular line bisector, I'll open up my compass more than half the length of Q and Q prime, and then draw two arcs on either side of the line. And then place the compass on the other edge of the line, and then draw the arcs again. Now if I join these 2 points with a straight line, like this. So this is my other line bisector. Now they intersect at this point here, the blue one, which is for P and P prime, and the black one, which is for Q and Q prime. These two line bisectors intersect at 1 and -1. So now this is your center of rotation. So let me just erase the rest of the stuff. So you're only concerned with this point, 1 and -1. So this is your center of rotation. Now we have to find whether it's clockwise, anti-clockwise, and how many degrees of rotation uh, it is. To find that, we can easily do that by taking any 2 points. So let's take Q and its image. So we have to take the object and its image. So let's take this Q vertex and this image Q prime, and we'll join both to the center of rotation like this. Straight line to center of rotation, and then do the same for the image as well. So this is the object Q, and then for the image I'll draw the same line again. So this was the object. So this is the line connecting the object, and this is the line connecting the image. So if you look at this line went in this direction. Object to image rotation is in this direction. So this is clockwise. So now we know this is clockwise. And how many degrees? We can calculate this angle here between the lines connecting the object and the image from the center of rotation to find how many degrees uh, it was rotated. So let me place it here. So I bring my 180 line here, and this is 90 degrees. So this angle here is 90 degrees. So now you know everything about the transformation that mapped triangle A onto triangle B. So let's write it down. So this is a rotation 90-degree clockwise with center 1 and minus 1. 1 and minus 1. So if you go back, this is 90-degree clockwise, and this is your center, which has coordinates 1 and minus 1. So that's how you will find the transformation. Part B is, let me get these out of the way first. So part B is transformation P is represented by this matrix. P maps triangle A onto triangle C. So C is a triangle that we get if we apply transformation P onto triangle A. P is given by this matrix, minus 1 by 2, 0, 0, 1 by 2. And triangle A is given, so we can basically add the coordinates of the three vertices, the x coordinate, y coordinate of all the three vertices of triangle A. So let me just erase all of this. So vertices of triangle A are minus 4 and 0. So let's write it down. First vertex is minus 4 and 0. This one is minus 2 and 0. And third one is minus 2 and minus 4. Sorry, minus 2 is the x coordinate and minus 4. So now we have to uh, multiply these two matrices to find the uh, vertices for triangle C. So let's do the multiplication. First row multiplied by first column, which is minus 1 by 2 multiplied by minus 4. And then 0 times 0 is 0, so I won't write that. Second, then you multiply the first row by the second column. So minus 1 by 2 into minus 2. And then 0 times 0 is again 0, so I won't write that. Then minus 1 by 2, 0 into this column. So this is minus 1 by 2 into minus 2 plus 0 times minus 4 is 0, so I won't again write that. And then we'll do the same with the second row, multiply by first column, 0 times, so anything multiplied by 0 is 0, so I'll just ignore that. So this multiplied here by 0, and then this is also 1 by 2 into 0 is 0. So this is 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 times minus 2 is 0, 1 by 2 into 0 is 0, so this is 0 plus 0 again 0. 0 times minus 2 is 0, 1 by 2 into minus 4. So 1 by 2 into minus 4. So let me write it down here. So minus 1 by 2 times minus 4 is minus minus cancels out. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. So this is 2 minus 1 by 2 into minus 2. Minus minus cancel out. 2 times 1, 2 times 1. So this is 1. And this is also 1. This is 0, 0. 1 by 2 into minus 4 is minus 2. I think I might have made a mistake somewhere here. 2010, and this should be let's see. 0 times minus 2 is 0, and 1 by 2 times minus 4 is, oh, this is minus 1 by 2. Okay, so this is the mistake. So let me double check. So I have to check the multiplication of second row. So this is multiplied by 0 here, so it doesn't matter if this was negative or positive. This is also 0, so this doesn't matter here. This was actually minus 1 by 2 into minus 4, and this will be plus 2 actually. So 2, 0, 1, 0, and 1, 2 are your coordinates for triangle C. Now let's draw this triangle. 2, 0, 1, 0. 2, 0 is this point. 1, 0 is this point. And the third vertex is 1, 2. 1, 2 is this. So we can join these. To get our triangle C. So this is our triangle C. Question number 24 is a group of office workers are each asked to record the distance d kilometers they travel to work. The results for some of their journeys are shown in the histogram. So you have frequency density and then distance in kilometers on the x-axis. There were 20 workers in the group which is from 0, greater than 0 and less than 5 kilometers. So 20 people, they traveled between 0 and 5 kilometers to work. And then there were 12 workers in the group which is 20 to 40. Complete the histogram. So you're given the frequency is 12 and your class width is 40 minus 20, which is 20. So now you have to find the frequency density. Frequency density to complete the histogram. Frequency density will be equal to your frequency, which is 12 workers, divided by class width, which is 20. So 12 divided by 20. So you have to go into decimal. I add a 0 here. 20 times 6 is 120. 0. So your height of the frequency density is 0.6. For the width 20 to 40. So 20 to 40 is this. So each small block represents 0.2. 0.2, 0.4, 0.6 is the third block here. So I'll draw a line at 0.6 up till 40. So this is how you will complete your histogram. Part B is calculate the percentage of workers who traveled more than 20 kilometers to work. So more than 20 kilometers mean people in this category, in this class width from 20 to 40. We already know these are 12 workers. Since we have to calculate the percentage of workers, we need to know how many total workers were included in this survey in which they were asked like how much distance they travel to work. We already know there are 20 workers in this category. So the frequency from 0 to 5 is 20. So workers in 0 till 5 group is 20. And then workers in 5 to 10. Workers in 5 greater than 5 and less than equal to 10 group. How many people are there in this group? You know the frequency density is 6 and the class width is 5. So 6 times 5 will give you the frequency. So basically I'm using this formula again. Frequency density is frequency over class width. This time we are calculating the frequency, which is the number of workers. So frequency will be frequency density multiplied by class width. So frequency density 6 multiplied by class width 5, from 5 to 10 is 30. So 30 people in this group. And then from the next group is 10 to 20. 10 and then less than equal to 20 group. Your frequency density is 1.8. So this is 1.8 and your class width is 10. So there are 18 people here. And then we already know that there are 12 workers. You're already given here for this group. Workers in 20 and less than equal to 40 group is 12. So percentage of workers who traveled more than 20 kilometer equals to number of workers who traveled greater than 20 kilometer divided by total workers in the survey, total workers, and then multiplied by 100. So number of workers who traveled more than 20 kilometer is in this group who traveled more than 20 but less than equal to 40. So this is 12. And then what are the total number of workers? 20 plus 30 is 50. 50 plus 18 is 68. 68 plus 12 is 80. So 12 divided by 80 into 100. Mm, so if I do this, this and this cancel out. So I have 120 divided by 8. So 8 times 1 is 8, 4 remainder 40 and 15%. So 15% of workers traveled more than 20 kilometers. So more than 20 kilometers. Question number 25 is the algebraic fraction. This can be simplified to give this. Find the value of A and value of B. So you're given 2x square minus 5x plus A equals to over x square minus 16. And you're told that this can be simplified into this form 2x plus b over x plus 4. So straight away if you look at the denominator, you realize that if you factorize the denominator, you're left with one of these terms and the other term is cancel out. So let me explain. So if I rewrite this term here, 2x square minus 5x plus a, and this is a square minus b square equals to a plus b into a minus b. So I'm using that. I can write x square minus 16 as x square minus 4 square. So this will give me x plus 4 into x minus 4. So in the denominator here, only the term x plus 4 is left. X minus 4 is absent here. So if I want to make these equal, that means I can multiply this by x minus 4. Since I'm multiplying here in the numerator, I have to multiply in the in the denominator, I have to multiply it in the numerator as well. And now these two terms will be equal. So 2x square minus 5x plus a over x plus 4 into x minus 4 is equals to 2x plus 5 into x minus 4 over x plus 4 into x minus 4. So now, this is 2x plus b, not 5. I don't know where the 5 came from. So we see that the denominators are exactly the same, that means the numerator should be same as well now. So we can equate the numerator. I can write 2x square. So I'm just taking the numerators here. So 2x square minus 5x plus 9 should equal now 2x plus b into x minus 4. So let me open these brackets so that we can compare the coefficients directly afterwards. 5x plus 9 as it is. So if I open the bracket, I get 2x square and then minus 8x plus bx minus 4b. So now my coefficient of x square is exactly the same. Um, this is not 9, this is a, sorry. So now I can compare the values. So the coefficient of x here is minus 5. What's the coefficient of x here? Minus 8 plus b. So b will be 8 minus 5, which is 3. So your value of b is 3. And then let's compare the numbers on each side where you don't have any x. So you have a on one side and your value without the variable x is minus 4b on the other side. Now we know that b is 3. So a will be minus 4 into 3. Your value of a will be minus 12. So a is minus 12 and the value of b is 3. So this is the end for paper 1 variant 2 for May June 2021.